What's up? 100. Episode Hunsky. 100. This is episode 100 of The Nooner. I'm your host, David Bradley. Welcome. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate the favors and the restreams in advance. I'm pretty excited. Today we're going to sort of free verse it. We're going to roll. What I want to talk about today is number one, what I've learned, and why you should be doing it. And the beautiful thing about that is that we're going to just sort of put those two together. What I've learned is exactly why you should be doing it. So this is The Nooner. Every weekday, Monday through Friday, I'm dropping in here around 12 o'clock noon Pacific Standard Time, and I'm delivering Noontime Nuggets about sales, business, and life. You'll find that as you grow through life, sales and business will become an integral part of that. Even if you're not a salesperson, even if you're not a business person, trust me. If you're breathing, if you're alive, your life to some degree will depend on your ability to sell yourself, your product, your services. Hey, thank you for the congratulations, everybody. So what are we doing today? Episode 100. Allow me to introduce myself first, and then we'll get into it. So my name is David Bradley. This is The Nooner, Noontime Nuggets about sales, business, and life. 3 things of interest to you about me. First thing, I'm a sales and marketing manager with Grant Cardone. I've been working with Grant since March of 2011, so 5 years is right around the corner. Grant's technology took me from barely surviving in sales to thriving in it. So when I got an opportunity to give this to other people, I was all in. I'm going to tweet out that I'm here today before I forget. There we go. Grant's technology took me from barely surviving in sales to thriving in it, so it's my honor and privilege to share this information with other people. Thank you guys for those of you that are here already. What we do in our company, Cardone Training Technologies, we work to increase production, usually to the tune of 15 to 30%, simply by helping people find and then handle missed opportunity. What's up, Laura? Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in to the 100th episode of The Nooner. So yeah, we help companies increase production, usually to the tune of 15 to 30%, simply by helping them find and then handle missed opportunity. 2 other things on me. Well, let me just go back to that for a second. So is that you? Where are you at in your business? Where are you at in your life? What would another 30% look like for you? So maybe just write that down. Here's my production now. 30% would be whatever X is. Let me turn that down. Okay, whatever. If you like that number, if you like the end result of that, let's talk. 310-777-0352. That's my direct line. Anything I can do to help you with your business. In our company, 75% of what we do here is 100% free. So having a conversation with me will cost you nothing, but give you tools and ammunition to take your business to the next level. You like that? I like that. I like helping people. Second thing about me is I'm the author of a book called How to Stop Smoking Without Killing Anyone. I smoked cigarettes for about 15 years, could not quit. I tried to quit several times, couldn't figure it out. So I finally stopped trying to quit, and I just quit. No, I didn't just quit. I just stopped. I stopped trying to quit, and I just stopped. Blew my own pitch. It's all right, whatever. Got to be able to laugh at yourself. So I stopped trying to quit, and I just stopped, which is the website, www.stopdon'tquit.com. You can get more information on that. You can search Google How to Stop Smoking Without Killing Anyone. That's the name of the book. Or you go to stopdon'tquit.com. Hit it up on Amazon. It's there for the Kindle, hardcover, not hardcover, but paperback, like real tangible book you can flip. You can get it either way. So look, if you got the monkey on your back, you're trying to kick the habit, you can't quite figure it out yet, that book will do it for you, promise you. Third thing on me, founder of a hashtag called Rich Man's Gym. This is about home-based strength and conditioning for body, mind, and spirit. Bill, what little emoticons did you put down there? We got a cake. Nice, man. Thank you. That's cool. Yeah, Rich Man's Gym. Home-based strength and conditioning for body, mind, and spirit. Who just showed up? Sean Osby. Hey, Sean. Nice to see you. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for hanging out. You're very lucky. You get to be part of the 100th episode of The Nooner. Done 100 of these streams. It's pretty cool. Thanks. So thanks for being here. Some more people are popping in. Appreciate you. Give me a shout out here. Justin Dooley, nice to see you. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for participating. Thanks for popping in. So, home-based strength and conditioning. This is the third thing on me. I'm the founder of a hashtag. It's called Rich Man's Gym. It's all about home-based strength and conditioning for body, mind, and spirit. So you can search that hashtag. It'll pop up in Google, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's all over the place. There's a blog. Feel free to check it out. Hey, Sean. And, yeah. I don't think you got to go to the gym to get in the best shape of your life. You can do it from home. Do it in the garage. Do it in the park, backyard, wherever. If you can hang some Olympic rings from a tree, you can lug a kettlebell somewhere, you got yourself a Rich Man's Gym. So let's get into this, shall we? Episode 100. Okay. When I first started doing this, it was me. It was a notepad, or I would print some notes on my computer, and I'd have some stuff written down. Now then I switched over to a laptop, and I would have the phone doing the stream, then I have a laptop with my notes to save paper. Sometimes I was doing handwritten notes. But the reason I did the nooner, the reason I started doing this was really simple. Usually around 12 o'clock in the afternoon, especially if you're on the West Coast, it's 12 noon now. You're eating lunch, you got food in your gut, motivation starts wearing off. Maybe you started your day, you're pumped up, you're jacked up, you had a good amount of coffee, and you stop. You start losing your flow, you start losing your energy, you start losing your juju, your mojo. It starts going away, right? And one of the things, so then what do? We eat, we have lunch, we get food in our belly, but who's delivering brain food? Nobody, okay? So I thought, man, how can I help people by putting some brain food out into the universe at 12 o'clock noon? Now, I got to tell you, I kind of did it for selfish reasons, okay? I work from home. I got a home office right over here, okay? And I spend the majority of my time, thanks for the follow, I spend the majority of my time on the phone talking to people. But I'm not necessarily interacting with people. I'm leaving messages a lot of the time. And again, even though I'm on the phone talking to people, I'm still alone. Okay? So, hey, it gets a little lonely sometimes, you know? So what I liked about doing this stream midday for me is that it sort of broke things up. It enabled me to get out into cyberspace and connect with other human beings in a very, very unique way. And it also enables me to come out and connect with other people. So, and meet new people like Bill, right? Bill's been hanging out pretty much for the entire time that I've been on the Nooner. Thank you for that, by the way. Really appreciate that. Laura has, Jose Garza has, James is relatively new. But some of these people have been hanging out, and I get to connect with you guys in a very unique and interesting way. And it allows me to sort of like take the blinders off a little bit and open my vision to cyberspace. And what's cool about that is I'm going to pick topics that I think help me, that get me excited, that get me motivated, that helps me refuel, right? Motivation's fuel. If you don't know that, literally it's just like gas in your car. Eventually you run out, you got to refuel, right? So, man, what I like about it is that it helps me get my motivation back, and I can do that by giving some to other people. So that was the purpose behind the Nooner. Now, since starting, we've gone through a very large cycle. I've learned a lot about live streaming, about connecting with other people, about trying to keep the conversation engaged. But I do have a couple rules that I employ. Like number one, in and out in 30 minutes. I see some of these people that stream like forever. Okay, now granted they wind up with a bunch of people in their room, but man, I just want to drop something on you that you can take, and you know, hey, at 12 o'clock noon, 12:05, I can pop in. Dave's going to be dropping bombs. Get some motivation, get a little peace, and then you're out. You're not going to be here for a long time. It's not going to be this long-winded deal. It's just boom, right? It's a nugget. It's not a vein, if you will, if we're talking about gold, right? It's a nugget, not a vein. So I just want to drop nuggets on you that you can come in here, grab, take it, and then you're out, you're on with your day, okay? So there are 5 key elements. I'll do another quick shout out. Peekaboo, Mike Hines. Yeah, great handle, Mike. Thank you for being here. Appreciate the participation. So look, I've gotten 5 things out of this thing, and doing Meerkat And I believe everybody should do it. Everybody. If you're not doing it, you're selling yourself short, and I'm going to tell you why. Number 1, confidence. Doing this stream every single day, for the most part, has given me a boost of confidence. This is an exercise. It's an experiment. You cannot, if you're thinking about it and you're like, man, I don't want to look stupid, or I don't want to, you cannot screw this up. Nothing you could do. Man, I saw a girl on Meerkat a couple months ago. She literally fired that thing up, ripped a bong load, right? Smokes a bong, pulls a bong, smokes a bowl load, right? And then sits there and rambles about politics and Trump and for a good 40 minutes. And she had an engagement, and she had like hundreds of people in the room. So if a stoner chick can pop on here and babble for 45 minutes, trust me, you can do this. Easy. Okay? The thing is, you got to put yourself out there. So by me doing that every single day consistently, it gets easier and easier and easier, and I get more confident in my ability to deliver this thing. Okay? Now, do you think that's going to bleed into other areas of life? Heck yeah. So even as a salesperson who works for Grant Cardone, who's supposed to be on his game all the time, I feel like doing this has given me a higher level of altitude with my clients and my prospects. By doing this experiment every single day, by doing this exercise. Now, I've talked about the word confidence before. When you look at the root word of that, that means with trust. Okay? So if you have more confidence in you, then you are with trust in you trust yourself better, more. Okay? It gives you a sense of accomplishment, right? So when I hit 10 of these things, I'm like, wow, man, I've done 10 of these suckers. And then I thought, and I remember thinking this at the 10th, I'm like, man, I wonder what 100 is going to be like. Okay? So you know that by doing this, you are impacting somebody at some place in some point. And that's why I save these and I put them up on YouTube. Because if somebody doesn't catch this here, if they're searching on YouTube and they stumble on it and they go, oh, that's what I needed today. I know I'm making a difference. For the better. Okay, and I talked about that in an early nooner, and that's from billionaire Bob Duggan. He says, man, you go out there into the world, this is how he made his billion. He goes, what can I do to make a difference for the better? Anybody can make a difference. Okay? I can punch somebody in the face, and that makes a difference, but not for the better. So by doing these, I know that when I drop this juicy nugget, when I drop this bomb on somebody of motivation, that I'm going to make a difference for the better in somebody's life at some point. That gives me confidence because I know I'm fulfilling my purpose, because man's purpose should be in the service of others. What I talk about at the beginning of my company, 75% of what we do here is 100% free. Okay? You serve enough people, you help 1 million people, you'll make $1 million. Promise you that, okay? Peekaboo, Jim wants to know if I've been doing this every day. Yeah, the answer to your question is yes. Every weekday, Monday through Friday, Pacific Standard Time, I'm coming in here and I'm talking. Usually 20, 30 minutes. Today may go a little longer. Just because I've got some things to cover and it's the 100th episode. Okay? But unless I'm with a client or I'm out in the field working with customers directly, yeah, I'm here. And I've made it a ritual. It's part of my life. It's part of my routine. And as I was saying, it's given me much more confidence. Number two, the second reason you need to do this. So the first reason you want to do this, you will get a boost in confidence regardless of your confidence level. Now, if you feel like, hey, man, I got plenty of confidence, that's a bullshit excuse, and you're using it to not put yourself out there. You got to put yourself out there, and I'm going to touch on that at the end. But the second thing is my boss, the author of this book, and three others, soon to be 4. If you want to succeed in life, if you want to go anywhere, if you want to make an impact, you want to make a difference for the better, you have to get attention for yourself. You have to get out of obscurity. A business's number one problem is obscurity. If people don't know who you are, they can't do business with you. If people don't know who I am, they can't do business with me, and I can't help them with their selling. Okay? Obscurity is my biggest problem. It's your biggest problem. Meerkat, streaming these, saving them, putting them up on YouTube later, gets me out of obscurity. Might just get me in communication with people that I would never meet or never have an opportunity to do that. Okay, so, and it helps me build and develop my brand. Earlier, I said it's an experiment, it's an exercise. So as I go through my branding, I can work things out on this thing because it doesn't really matter if I screw up, because you can't. You can't screw this up. So can I work through a pitch? Can I work through an idea? Can I work through a concept? Can I work something out on an audience here in a safe environment, because I know you guys support me and you want me to be successful, right? So can I throw something out there, get some positive feedback, and use that to grow and develop my brand? At the same time, getting myself the attention I need so I can expand my business and keeping myself out of obscurity and meeting people that I would probably never meet. Laura lives in Texas. I've never been there. I don't know when I will be, but I got to meet Laura from Texas, right? I got to meet James, right? Bill's in the UK. He's in Liverpool, you know? Beetle country. Okay? So the second reason you want to be streaming, and what I've learned about this, in addition to the confidence boost, is it helps me get attention. It helps me develop my brand, and it helps me get out of obscurity with an audience that I may not have been known to. Right? By the way, it's free. Three, in addition to this branding piece, right? In addition to the branding part of this deal, it helps me, and it has helped me, find my voice. And I'm a big fan of Wayne Dyer. If you've been following the Nooners, you know I'm going to drop some Wayne Dyer quotes in this thing, okay? One of the things that I heard him say, and I'm not sure if he originated or not, but I'm going to give him credit for delivering it to me, is don't die with your music still in you. Every one of you on this stream, every one of you watching this right now, or if you pick this up on YouTube later, if you're paying attention, if you're engaged in this, you have a voice. You are a unique human being. You're a spiritual being. You're a unique being. And you have a voice, okay? I have a voice. I have a message. I have things to share, okay? This stream, this Nooner, has allowed me to fine-tune my voice, get it dialed in, and then connect me deeper to my own purpose. If you're thinking about streaming, you're like, man, well, what should I talk about? Like, what am I doing? Noontime Nuggets about sales, business, and life. That's my theme. That's my topic. That's what I'm doing when I come in here. What's yours? It doesn't matter. You have a voice. You have a message. You have something inside you that moves you, that gets you fired up. Share that. Don't leave it here, man. Put it out there, okay? That's what I'm able to do with this. That's what it does for me. Like I said, we both benefit. It's a total win-win stream, okay? What's yours? What's your passion? What gets you jacked up? You could do a stream on Mondays about The Walking Dead. I promise you get people. That show's huge. Okay? Walking Dead discussion every Monday. Doesn't have to be every day. I like doing it every day because it forces me to like I got to be here. Like I got to be present. I got to stay on this. If you're into comic books, you could do a comic book stream. If you're into Star Wars, you could do a Star. It doesn't really matter. What are you into? Music? Jazz? Blues? The Beatles? What gets you going? Stream it. Stream on it. Man, there's a girl on Meerkat. If you're not following her, go find her. Carly Clark. I think it's at Carly Clark Music. She's young. She's got this, like, she's married. She's happy as a clam. And she's just got like this great voice, and she sings wonderfully. Her voice is angelic. Her music like lifts my soul. I don't know why. And there's no freaking way I would have seen that if I hadn't have been on this thing, right? Stumbled into it. Boom. Wow, listen to that. And then look at her, man. Look at her passion. Look at her engagement, right? And the cool thing is that, so she's married, right? So her husband plays behind her, and so they got this cool relationship. The whole deal's inspiring, okay? She has this voice, and she's letting it out, and she will not die with her music still in her, and I really admire that in her. So if you're not following her, go do that, okay? She's got an EP over on Spotify. It's fantastic. Last night she was on working out a new song. Brilliant. She reminds me of my buddy Joseph Tobin a lot. And what does Bill say? Hold on, we got some comments down here. Bill says this type of stream also raises your YouTube profile and YouTube searches in Google. That's right. Right? So, and again, it goes back to getting attention, getting out of obscurity. But for the third thing, though, man, speak your mind, speak your heart. Do this so you don't die with your music still in you, okay? Just thought of something I need to pull up. Fourth, forces you into ethics. Sean, Carly Clark on my MY or PS. MY or PS. All right, you're going to have to translate MY or PS, but she's on Spotify. That I can tell you. Carly Clark Music. There we go. The fourth thing this does is it forces you into ethics. Okay, now what I mean by that, whatever you talk about, whatever you put out there, whatever you say. Oh, Meerkat, she's on Meerkat. In fact, she's on both, man. Sean, she's on Meerkat and she's on Periscope. I'm not sure what her thing is on Periscope, but on Meerkat, it's just at Carly Clark Music. Hit her up on Twitter. Definitely worth checking out. Forces you into ethics. So if I'm over here telling people, man, you got to make 150 phone calls a day to actually go somewhere and you're selling on the phone, and I'm not making 150 calls a day, what? I'm a hypocrite. If I get on here and I tell people, hey, man, role play, do 6 segments a day in Cardone On Demand or Cardone University, thank you for the congratulations. If I'm in here telling people what to do and I don't do it, I'm a hypocrite. So if I put this in the public space and you come and audit me, you're going to find that I'm practicing what I'm preaching. And the mere fact that I preached it forces me to practice it, especially because I made it public. See what I did there? I eliminated the possibility of slacker. I'm going to tell you what I do, and if I don't do it, then I got to live with me. But I'm not going to take the chance of getting audited, found out. I'm not going to say something and do the other thing. It's just not my deal, okay? So if I put something out here, then this forces me to be in a place of ethics, okay? So, like, I won't name names. I got an old friend. We're not friends anymore, but this dude would be like, that's it, I quit smoking. He quit smoking like 35 times. I don't know if he still smokes or not, quite frankly, but dude, the guy quit smoking over and over and over and over and over and over. I'm like, dude, you're not, he's one of these guys. He's like, yeah, I quit smoking every time I put one out, and I started up again. Okay. But he would always go around telling people, dude, that's it, I'm done, I'm never going to smoke again, and then 2 weeks later, he's smoking. Like, dude, I thought you said you were going to quit. Okay? Don't be that guy. So when you come on to do the stream and you put something out in the universe, I talk to people about home-based strength and conditioning for body, mind, and spirit. I talk about Rich Man's Gym. This morning, I got my sweat on. 10 minutes of jumping rope. I did some Turkish get-ups. I stretched out. I practiced my one-legged squat. Okay, did some pull-ups. Did some kettlebell swings. Little ab work. Came in and got showered up. I know I did that. If you come to my house at 7 o'clock in the morning, there's a really good chance you're going to find me right over there, getting after it. Okay? If I put something out here, then it obligates me to do it. So if you are trying to find a way to reach another level for yourself, make it public. Preach it. Preaching it forces you to practice it. Ooh, I like that. Okay, but it puts me in ethics. It keeps me ethical. And if I tell people to push hard towards what they want and they go after their dreams and they go after their goals, and I'm coming in here doing that, and then when I'm done with the stream, I flip this thing around and I play my Xbox, well, then that means I'm an asshole. And I got no business being on this thing. Follow? Okay? So I do these to keep me in check. Right? So, what do we got so far? Streaming gives you confidence. Streaming helps you get attention, gets you out of obscurity, it helps you build your brand. 3, it helps you find your voice so that you don't die with your music in you, and so that you, it allows you to speak your mind, your heart, talk about the things you're passionate about. Because if you're passionate about something, I promise you somebody else will be too, and they will engage. They will listen, and you can have a dialogue with people. Okay, that's what's really cool about Meerkat anyway. Like-minded individuals talking. And then the 4th thing was that it forces you into being ethical. Who just popped in here? Joe Monson, nice to see you. Welcome. Nice meeting you. Let's see. Well, let's read your profile here, buddy. How did I go from a high school dropout to passing my GED, working 20 jobs in 11 years, having a breakdown, rebuild, to living my dream? Love it. Great question, man. I'm going to follow you. You look like my kind of guy. Appreciate you being here, man. Thank you for the favor, the restream, and the follow. Okay, so the 5th thing. This ties in with number 3, but it's separate. The 5th reason you should stream. It's actually not the 5th. It's reason number 5 that I'm coming up with. And these are in no order of importance. But for me, why you should stream and what I've gotten out of it gets you out of your comfort zone. Now, what do I ask when I start these streams usually? When I'm talking about working for Grant Cardone. Take a look at where you're at. Add 30 to 40%. And when we talk, if you call me, we'll have a conversation about how to bridge that gap. Right? One of the things that will be required for you to go from current situation to goal, to dream, to target, is you will have to get out of your comfort zone. You will have to get out of your comfort zone. If you are not willing to get uncomfortable, don't frickin' bother. And I'm not going to tell you that it's easy. It's simple as hell, but it is not easy. Okay? So, here's what I'm talking about. Exposing yourself to the public eye, as I'm doing now, will get you out. It will force you into a place of discomfort. It could be every time I do this, I get scared before I do it. Every single time. Every single time I'm like, man, what if I blow it? What if I look stupid? Do it anyway. Joseph says, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Hey, were you on my stream yesterday? That's awesome, man. I literally talked about that yesterday. You got to be comfortable with getting uncomfortable, man. That's truer words have not been spoken. So, but why? Real growth happens when you get out of your comfort zone. If you're going to the, if you look at it working out, you look at exercise, okay? What's the rep that counts? It's the last 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay, just because if you can do 5 push-ups, then you can do 5 push-ups. Okay, but if you want to get to 20, okay, then you got to push past the 5. You got to hit 7. Once you get 7, you got to go for 10 and 15 and then 20 and so on and so forth. But in order to do that, you have to stretch, you have to build, you have to push past a barrier. So in order for you to grow as a human being, which you are obligated to do as a human being, it's not just your body that grows. Okay? That's what Rich Man's Gym's about. Strength of body, mind, and spirit. Pushing yourself out of your comfort zone so you can improve. This stream gets me out of my comfort zone and will get you out of yours if you're in one. Okay? And one of the things that I thought of as I was preparing this, looking at what are some things that I've really gained out of this? Hey, I felt like I've got more confidence. I feel like I'm using it as a tool to build my brand, get myself more attention from myself and my business, get out of obscurity, meet people that I would have never otherwise have met. It's helping me find my voice and get dialed into who I am as a speaker, as a sales trainer who works for Grant Cardone. Like that, it's helped me with that. It forces me into a place of ethics, and it gets me out of my comfort zone. So what I want to do, how I want to wrap this up, is I want to talk about a paragraph from a book called Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. Everybody in God has gotten credit for this quote, but that's who it's from. That's where it is. I've got the book. I've pulled it up online so I can read this to you. You've probably heard it before. You know who gets more credit for this than anybody else is Nelson Mandela. It's not his. It's fine. He used it in his inaugural address. But here's the quote, okay? And this ties in with all of the things I just mentioned. Confidence, branding, finding your voice, not dying with your music still in you, forcing yourself into a place of ethics, getting out of your comfort zone. This is how I'm wrapping up today's episode of The Nooner. Thank you guys for being here. This is the 100th. I'm going to keep going until the thing stops, until Meerkat implodes on itself, and then I'll find another place to get out of obscurity and make my voice known. So, you guys ready? Here it is. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. I'm going to repeat that because that's very, very important and a key element as to why you should be streaming. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. Imagine that for just a second. You go on Meerkat, you start talking about something that's important to you, that's valuable to you, and you inspire somebody else to do that. That is what making a difference for the better is all about, okay? As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Margaret, appreciate you popping in late. Nice to have you here. This has been episode 100 of The Nooner. I'm your host, David Bradley. 101 starts tomorrow. Still not sure what we'll be talking about, but today was great. So thank you guys for being here. Appreciate the participation. Replays of The Nooner are available for you up on the YouTube, youtube.com/Cardone Solutions. Look for a playlist up there called The Nooner. I'm your host, David Bradley. We will see you tomorrow, 12 o'clock noon Pacific Standard Time for episode 101. See you guys. Remember, be great if nothing else pays. At least not much. Take care. Wow, man. Jose Garza just challenged me to 1,000.